Here's the first tick on the index. It's down about 130 odd points and the Sensex is also down about 460 points. So you'd have to say there's an initial gap down opening, but it's not selling off anymore as we speak. Nifty at 21,456, so 111 points now, down about 0.5%. So the cut has been restricted to 0.5% as of now. The Bank Nifty is the one that's really taking it on the chin this morning. 1%, 1.5% now. 550 points on top of the losses that we saw yesterday. LTIMindtree is your biggest loser, down about 9%. You have Power Grid that's down about 4%. HDFC Bank continues to lose ground, so 3.5% lower there. ICICI Bank, Maruti Suzuki, BPCL, Indices Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank are all under pressure right now. A couple of these consumption names are also weak. So Titan is down about 0.3%. And some more names going to pop up on your screen. What's looking good? Generally, when the market gets into risk aversion mode, pharma does well, and that's what's happening today. Apollo Hospitals, Divi's Labs, a couple of other pharma names are looking good. You even have some of the IT names that are batting for the bull. So TCS is just about holding on to the green line. Not too bad over there. Reliance, ahead of its numbers, is up about 0.6%. Numbers come out tomorrow in the evening. There's L&T that's up about 0.5%. SBI is not too bad. So, to be honest, it's not such a bad looking screen compared to what we saw yesterday. But this is only the initial moments of trade. Perhaps you could see some more selling pressure, you never know. For now, down about 150 points, a gap down opening. What happens from here would be crucial.
Well, the good news is HDFC Bank, at least it's restricting its losses to around 3.2% approximately. The point that we made earlier today is that, the ADR was down substantially yesterday. But you equate the ADR price to yesterday's close where it was more or less in line. So the premium got wiped away. And that's why earlier this morning I made this point that I don't expect HDFC Bank to fall as much. And it's down closer around 3% odd. Remember, the recent low is 1,460. So keep an eye out on that mark. The biggest loser, though, is LTIMindtree. That's getting a clunk. It's down closer to 9%. Asian Paints numbers look fairly good. Valuation's not in favor. And you have a big name, which is, Grasim that's coming in the next few months. So that's the reason why you have Asian Paints as well. That's under some pressure. Let's talk about some of the stocks from the broader markets. Though ICICI Prudential down closer around 8% as we speak. The problem for IEX is that market coupling could come into play. And that's why that stock is down another 4%. Yesterday it was down closer to 10%. Max Financial as well is down closer around 3%. Let's talk about some winners though. Aarti, well, they announced, as Sonal told us, a big order win of close to around 6,000 crores, which will be executed in the next few years. So that's bucking the trend. It's up close to around 8%. Oracle Financial in the first few minutes itself, well, that's locked in upper circuit. Temporary freeze, up close to around 10%. Indus Stars reacting to that brokerage note that we got in earlier today, where they're fairly bullish on the stock. So that's why that one as well is up close to around 2.5%. Going a little bit more into the broader market, Sanghi Industries continues to remain under pressure, because the street believes that now, in fact, they'll be getting only 10% on the markup of the cost of production. And the street was estimating that maybe, in fact, they could make far more EBITDA. Because of that, yes, it was down 10%. Today, it's down closer to around 9.5% odd. So that's what's restricting, the move on that stock. NHPC, you have an OFS at play, so that stock's down closer around 5%. ICICI Prudential, by the way, now it's at lower circuit. 10% lower freeze is what we've seen on that name as well. And Kochi Shipyard, what do you make of that one? Continues its up move. This week, it's up close to around 18%. The stock is now up close to around 5%. And Sonia, a couple of themes that have been doing well, even though the market is rocky. You have RVNL, you have IRFC. This railway theme, it continues to play out. So these stocks are in a world of their own.
And guess what? The mid-cap index is now in the green. Yeah. So, the market has been a buy on dips market for very long. As we've been saying, there are these days where the market falls severely. There could be a lot of volatility, no two ways about that. But it's interesting to see how there are a lot of stocks that are seeing buying interest. So not just Oracle that we spoke about. Aarti Industries on the back of that big order win is up 8% right now. And, as Nigel was also pointing out, a lot of individual stocks, Realty is coming back in a big way. Soba, DB Realty and the likes are all up and about. Soba is up almost 2.5%. Paytm is up 2.5% as well. Easy Trip has been gaining a lot of ground because of the pickup that we've seen in tourism. So Easy Trip is up almost about 2% Polycab, the low that Polycab hit was 3,700 or 3,900 if I'm not wrong. Polycab is now at 4,500 today. So it's already returned about 20% since that panic sale that we had last week because of those IT, evasion, tax evasion concerns, right? The low was about 3,700 and now back at 4,500. So big moves coming into Polycab as well in the last fortnight or so. Couple of other names. Honasa is also gaining a bit of traction this morning, so 1.5% higher. And the market, like I said, initially there was a gap down opening, but that's sort of steadied itself now at 21,440 mark. Would be interesting to see how it goes.
Well, just a few points on Polycab. The reason that the stock has bounced up is prior to the correction, that's in early December, it was trading at around 36 times its forward earnings. The forward earnings assumed it goes to around 160 rupees from around 85 rupees. Post the correction, it came to around 24 times. And today, even post the bounce up we've seen from around 3,800, around 4,500, the stock is trading at around 28 times. What works with the company is that they're talking about 20,000 crores in terms of revenues. So the street believes they're going to get there. They believe the EPS will move from around 85 rupees to around 160 rupees odd, and they've been outperforming the market. The only question mark is what will they say with regard to these IT tax rates and what kind of clarity comes out of that. But otherwise, the business is rock solid. So that's the reason why I think, that one is getting bought into as we speak. Welspun Corp, they as well won a big order early this morning. So let's see how that stock has opened up. That's one of their units in Saudi Arabia. So that's why, in fact, I think that stock as well had opened up in the green. It's still holding with a gain of close to around 2%. But, for the time being at least, the Nifty is defending the 21,400 mark, 21,450. Well, that was the swing low that we saw recently. And as we speak, we're trading a little over that mark. So, Sonia, good to see at least some kind of stability is coming in the markets. Though you have a couple of stocks that are dragging. And HDFC Bank is now hovering around that 1,500 rupees per share mark post yesterday's sharp fall. But I think we have our guest with us. Okay, I think we'll just get on in just a bit.
Yeah, just a couple of more stocks, right? So you have Apollo Hospitals that's hit a fresh 52-week high today. Persistent Systems is at a fresh 52-week high. Oracle, of course, we spoke about endlessly. Intellect Design Arena is at a fresh 52-week high as well. And something like a Cochin Shipyard has had a fabulous run. I mean, this year it's already up 30%, Cochin Shipyard. So that one has been gaining a lot of traction. RVNL, by the way, is also up about 35% this year. So looking pretty good.